Nick Fundytus from Royal LePage Performance Realty here, and I'm going to talk to you in this video about the home search. So you're represented by this nice redheaded couple up in the corner here, and you're ready to buy your first home. So it can be really straightforward, or it can be a little bit like a game of snakes and ladders. And that just represents that at some stages in the game, you might end up going back a step or two. So if you took all the hurdles away, this is what it looks like. First one is preparation. Second one is the home search itself. The third is offer and negotiation on a home. The fourth is the conditional period. The fifth is the firm purchase, closing day, and then I'll talk a little bit about what you do to take care of your home after closing. So visualized as a map, it's like a subway map. So every line here represents somebody who's going to be getting on the subway with you. There's you, and the idea is that hopefully you're going to be able to get off at the other end of the subway and as the owner of a new home. Today's video is just about preparation. So at this stage, it's just you and Mr. Moneybags here, who represents your lender. And here's what you need to focus on. So at this stage, you're making a couple of lists. Number one is, what do you need in a home? So these are all the things, if your new home did not have them, it's not the home for you. You're not going to offer on it. You're not going to waste your time going to have a look at it. Number two is, what do you want in a home? So these are the things that within budget, these are all the things that would be nice to have. I would also recommend you make a third list. This isn't for everybody, but make a third list, which is your deal breakers. If there's anything that you definitely do not want in a home. Then you ask yourself, what can you comfortably afford? And that's why we've got your lender at this stage. Comfortably is a really important word here. You need to make sure that you're staying well within your budget. And then last of all the purchasers on the same page? So if you're purchasing as a couple, or if you're purchasing where there's more than one person who's going to have an interest in the home, you need to make sure that your needs and wants are aligned. Then at this stage, you're also going to be speaking to a lender. For most people, this is one of two options. It's either the bank or a mortgage broker. Most home buyers don't buy their homes in cash, and so they generally have a mortgage. Either one can arrange financing for you, and they can do it equally as well. The bank often has a long relationship with you, whereas the mortgage broker may be a thing that you're not familiar with, but they are hoping to be your expert for life. The bank generally only has one suite of products it can sell you. This is a downside. So in Canada, TD can only sell you TD mortgages. RBC can only give you an RBC mortgage. A mortgage broker, the big factor in them is convenience. So you can go shop all banks and monoline lenders. So a monoline lender, in case you don't know, is just a lender that only sells one suite of products. So it's just like a bank. Generally doesn't have a physical office in your city. But so say something like, what do we use? Street Capital. So Street Capital only does residential mortgages as far as I'm aware. So they specialize in that. The bank, the biggest downside is the biggest downside for you is remember that they're a corporation. So they have bottom line profits to protect, as they should, because they're in the business of making money, and their interests are not always aligned with yours. The bank, in short, is not your friend. Whereas a mortgage broker, they're looking to make money as well. However, they do that because they're motivated for referral and repeat business. They'd like to do a great job for you so that you come back to them when it's time to renew your mortgage, and that you refer all your friends and family over there. They have a high motivation to that, which means that their interest ends up very much aligned with yours. And they're generally better educated on the market. If you go into a mortgage broker, if you go into a bank and you talk to the two, the mortgage broker is usually held to a higher standard of training and certification. And I have found over the years that 10 times out of 10, a mortgage broker is going to explain the process for you a lot better than the guy at the bank is going to. So a really great mortgage broker can often get you a better rate at your own bank than you can as a long-term client. So in your first meeting with a lender, they're looking for a snapshot of your financials. So before you go meet with a mortgage broker, try and have a good idea of what you're making each year, what you owe in terms of your debts, and what kind of reserves you have in terms of money available for a down payment. These are all helpful for a lender to get an accurate picture of your finances and make sure that they can give you a healthy idea of what you might be pre-approved for. What do you need to learn? Ask a lot of what-if questions. So if there's any kinds of questions that you have about, what if I move in 5 years? What if I get relocated in 2 years? What if my partner and I get separated? What if I want to pay off the mortgage early? These are all great kinds of questions to ask a lender. They don't mind answering these type of things for you, and they'll be able to answer them accurately. Then last of all, rates, of course, are important because you're going to be living in the payment that you have. So know what kind of rates are available and know that they can be negotiated, especially with banks. So at this stage, just to wrap up, you as the buyer are taking inventory of what you need and want. And I would also say take inventory of what you really don't want. Your lender is helping you pre-approve, and a pre-approval is nothing terribly official. It's really a calculation of what they feel that a lender will be comfortable lending you. So develop your financial picture and know what you need and want in a home. And that's really all you're doing at this stage. Next, in the next video, we'll be talking about what the home search looks like.